Hello, hello, hello. We are back with Chapter 11, Multi-Step Equations and Inequalities, and we're talking about a lesson for inequalities, and this is the guided practice. So I'm going to do a couple problems, and then it's going to give you a chance to work on these, and then press pause, and then press play, and check and see how you did. Okay, so let's start. I want to start with the first two. So it says, the directions say write an inequality for each situation. So it says the temperature today will be at least 10 degrees Fahrenheit. So the variable would be the temperature. So I'm going to use T for temperature. And the number that we're referring to is 10. Okay, so we have our variable and we have 10. Now it says the temperature today will be at least 10 degrees. So the temperature today will be at least 10 degrees. So the temperature today, at the least, will be 10 degrees. So that means it can be more. The temperature today will be at least 10 degrees, which means it's going to be more than 10 degrees. So that means the temperature is bigger than 10. So the alligator is going to eat the tea. And it's at least, which means it can equal 10. So it's going to be T is greater than or equal to 10. Okay, that's how that one would work. Let's look at the next one. It says the temperature tomorrow will be no more than 10 degrees. So we have temperature again. I'm going to use T, and then we have 10. So the temperature tomorrow will be no more than 10 degrees. So it's not going to get any bigger than 10. So that means that this is going to be less than 10. No more than 10, but it can reach 10, so that means it can equal. So that's going to be T is less than or equal to 10. That's how you would write that one. So with that said, I want you to go ahead and try 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so where's my friend? Oh, here's the pause dragon reminding you to pause. Go ahead and pause, write your little inequality. When you get done, press play and we'll go over the answers. All right, see you in a bit. See you in a bit. All right, we're back. So let's go ahead and see how to do 3. So let's see how you did. Yesterday, there was less than 10 inches of snow. Okay, so yesterday there was less than 10 inches of snow. So we're talking about the snow level. I'm just going to use X. And 10 is our number. So yesterday there was less than 10 inches of snow. So that means the snow was less than. So this is smaller than 10, which means 10 is a bigger number. The alligator eats the bigger number. So X is less than 10. That's how that one would work. Okay, so hopefully you got that one right. Number 4, last Wednesday there was more than 10 inches of snow. Okay, so we're still talking about the level of snow. I'm going to use X for my variable, and 10 is the number. So last Wednesday, there was more than 10 inches of snow. So X was more than, so this was greater, so the alligator is going to eat the bigger thing. So it was more than 10. So it never equaled 10, it was more than. So X is more than 10. That's how that works, okay? Let's look at the next one, 5. It says the temperature today will be at most 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's use T for temperature. So we have T and then the number is 50, okay? So the temperature today will be at the most 50 degrees. So that means 50 is going to be the biggest it's going to get. So the alligator is going to eat that. At most 50 degrees, which means it could equal 50. So we can say that it's equal. So we'd say T is less than or equal to 50, or temperature is less than or equal to 50. Okay, that's how you would do that one. So if you got that one right, great job. Okay, let's move on to number 6. It says the temperature tomorrow will be above 70 degrees. So I'm going to use T for temperature. I'm going to use the number 70. It says the temperature tomorrow will be above 70. So that means the temperature is going to be greater than 70. So the alligator is going to eat the bigger thing. It's going to be above. It doesn't say anything about equaling 70. It just says the temperature is going to be above 70. So we'd say T is greater than 70. All right? If you got that right, Great job. Okay, number 7. Yesterday, there was less than 2 inches of rain. Okay, so I'm just going to use R for rain, and they're giving us the number 2. So yesterday, there was less than 2 inches of rain. So it was less than 2, which means 2 is bigger, so the alligator is going to eat 2. And it was less than 2, so the level of rain was less than 2. There was less than 2 inches of rain. It doesn't say that it equals 2, it says it's less than. So we're going to say the rain was less than 2. Okay, that's how we'd write the inequality. Okay, number 8, it says last Monday there was at least 3 inches of rain. So I'm going to use R for rain, and there's the number 3. And it says there was at least 3 inches of rain, which means that the rain was more than 3 inches. So I'm going to say the rain was bigger than 3, so the alligator is going to eat the bigger thing. There was at least 3 inches of rain, which means it could have equaled 3. So we put a little equal. So it says the rain is greater than or equal to 3. That's how we would write that particular inequality. Okay, so if you got that right, great job. Okay, let's go ahead and turn to the next page. Go to the next problem, problem number 9. So I want to do a couple of these together, and then I want you to work on a couple of these by yourself. So I'm going to do 9 and 10. We're going to do 9 and 10 together. So we're just graphing these inequalities. So we have t is less than or equal to negative 2. So I'm going to go to negative 2. Negative 2 is right here. This less than or equal to means it's going to be a closed circle. So I'm putting a closed circle, which means it can't equal negative 2. And then t is everything less than negative 2. So all the numbers that are less than negative 2 are this way. So this is a graph that represents all the solutions. So all of the solutions for t is everything all the way up to right there, negative 2. None of these are solutions, only everything here and this way. Okay. Let's talk about number 10. So 10 is j is greater than negative 5. So I'm going to go to negative 5. Here's negative 5. And this means it's going to be an open circle because it doesn't include negative 5. But it says j is greater than negative 5. Well, everything greater would be this way. So all of these numbers would be solutions. So that's how you would graph this. J is greater than negative 5. Okay? So now what I want you to do is I want you to try 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 11, 12, and 13 on your own. Where's my friend the pause dragon? Remind you, oh, there they are. Okay, remind you to pause your device, work those problems out, graph them, and then come back and check and see how you did. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. All right, we are back. Let's go ahead and see how you did on number 11. So we have y is less than or equal to 0. So I need to go to 0. And 0 is right here, and I need to figure out what circle I'm going to do. Well, this is less than or equal to, which means it's going to be a closed circle, which means it can't equal 0. Put a closed circle there. And y is less than or equal to 0. So all the numbers that are less than or equal to 0 are all the numbers that are this way. So there you go. That's how you graph that one. Okay, let's go on to, hopefully you got that one right. If you did, great job. Let's go to number 12. We have b is less than 1/2, okay? So on this number line, I need to figure out where 1/2 is. Well, 1/2 is between 0 and 1. So I'm going to make a little mark here. I'm going to say, hey, that's 1/2. Now that I've figured out where 1/2 is, I need to determine what circle. And this is going to be an open circle. Okay, so I'm going to have an open circle at 1/2. And then it says b is less than 1/2. So b is all the numbers which is less than 1/2, which would be everything this way. So that's how you would graph that inequality. So if you did that, great job. Okay, on to 13. This is a is greater than 3. So we're going to go to 3. 1, 2, 3, it's right here. We have to figure out what circle to put at 3. And this would be an open circle. It does not include the number 3. And a is greater than 3. So a would be all the numbers that are bigger than 3, which go this way. So that's how you graph it. Okay, I want you to practice this some more. So I want you to continue on with problems, you're just going to graph each inequality, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Okay, so go ahead and do 14 through 17. So go ahead and press pause, and when you get through 17, go ahead and press play, and we'll talk about your how you did. All right, see you in a bit. See you in a bit. All right, we're back. Let's go ahead and see how you did. So problem number 14, we have r is less than or equal to -2. So we need to go to -2 and figure out what circle. This is going to be a closed circle because the solutions do include -2. And it says r is less than or equal to -2. So that would be all the numbers that are this way. Okay, if you got that right, great job. Let's go on to 50. So this is w is greater than or equal to 0. So I'm going to find 0. I need to figure out what circle. So greater than or equal to is going to be a closed circle at 0. All right, and w is bigger than 0. So it means the arrow is going to go this way. Those are all the solutions. This is everything that w can be. W can be nothing over here. It can the solutions have to be this way. Okay? Let's go on to 16 and 17. So let's see how you did. This says b is less than or equal to -4. So first I need to find -4. And then I need to figure out, well, what circle is it going to be? And if it's this is less than or equal to, that means it's going to be a closed circle right here. And it says b is less than or equal to -4. So all the numbers that are less than -4 would be this way. So that's how you graph it. Okay, so if you got that right, great job. On to problem 17. So we have j is greater than 5. So I need to go ahead and find 5. 5 is here. Now I just need to determine what circle it's going to be, an open or a closed. And this, for j being greater than 5, that's going to be an open circle. And j is greater, so everything greater than 5 would be this way. So that's how you graph that one. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and graph compound inequality. So I want to do a couple together. And then I want you to do some on your own. So let's do 18. So remember, compound inequality is showing two inequalities coming together. So we have t is greater than 2 or t is less than -1. So I'm going to graph this first part here. T is greater than 2. So I'm going to go to 2, and I just need to figure out, hey, is this an open circle or a closed circle? And if it's greater than, it's going to be an open circle, which means it does not include 2. And t is greater than 2, so all the solutions that are greater than 2 are that way. So that's why the arrow goes to the right. Or t is less than -1. So I'm going to find -1. Then I just need to determine, is it an open circle or a closed circle? And less than is an open circle, which means it doesn't include -1. T is less than -1, so all the solutions that are less than -1 are this way. So those are the solutions. That's how you graph this inequality. It would look something like that. Okay, let's do a couple more together. Let's do 19 here. We're going to graph each compound inequality. So we have -1. We have f is greater than or equal to -1, and it is less than or equal to 4. So the first part, I'm going to do this first. So f is greater than or equal to -1. So I need to find -1, and then I need to figure out, well, what circle do I put for it? And f is greater than or equal to -1, so that means it can equal -1, which means it's going to be a closed circle. Okay, and f is greater than -1, so that means that it is this way. The solutions are this way. And then the other inequality is f is less than or equal to 4. So I need to go to 4. It's less than or equal to, which means it can equal 4, which means it's going to be a closed circle. And f is less than 4, which means it's going to be everything this way. So that means the solutions are everything in between and including -1 and 4. Those are all the solutions of f. Those are the possible values that f can be. anything in between there. Okay, now it is your turn. I want you to go ahead and try 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. So where is my friend? Where is my friend? Oh, here is the pause dragon, reminding you to pause, work out the problems. When you get done with them, press play, and we'll go over the answers. All right, see you in a bit. Bye-bye. Not bye-bye. I'll see you in a bit. Okay. Okay, let's see how you did on 20. So we're going to graph this compound inequality right here. So we have the first part, which is y is greater than or equal to 1. So I'm going to go to 1. It's greater than or equal. So since it's equal, it's going to be a closed circle. And y is greater than 1. So it's going to be things that are greater than 1 are this way. Okay? Or y is less than -3. So I'm going to go to -3. It's less than, it can include -3, so it's going to be an open circle, and everything less than -3 would be this way. So that's how you graph that one. Okay, on to 21. We have a compound inequality. It states p is greater than -4 and p is less than 2. So I'm going to go first to -4, and that is going to be an open circle. And then I'm going to go to 2, and, before that, okay. P is greater than -4, so everything greater than -4 would be this way. Then I'm going to go to 2, and P is less than 2, which means it's going to be an open circle, and everything less than 2 would be this way. So the solutions for P is everything in between -4 and 2, but not including -4. So if you got that one right, great job. Okay, let's go on to 22. We have f is greater than 3 or f is less than -2. So I'm going to go to 3 first, and it's going to be an open circle, and f is greater than 3, so everything greater than 3 would be that way. Or f is less than -2, so I'm going to go to -2, and that sign means it's going to be an open circle, and f is less than -2, and everything less than -2 is this way. So that is how you would graph that particular compound inequality. Okay, let's move on to 23. We have w is greater than or equal to -4 and less than or equal to +4. So let's start with -4. W is greater than or equal to -4, which means it's going to be a closed circle at -4, and w is greater than -4, so that's going to be this way. These are the numbers that are greater than -4. And w is going to go all the way up to +4, and it's less than or equal to, so it can equal 4. So we're going to close circle, but it's w is everything less than or equal to 4, so it's numbers that are less than 4. So that means our solutions would be everything for w is everything in between and including -4 and 4. So if you got that one right, great job. Let's go ahead and do problem number 24. Okay, b is less than 0 or b is greater than or equal to 5. So let's do the first part here. B is less than 0. So I'm going to go to 0. I need to figure out less than is going to be an open circle. And b is less than 0. So all the numbers that are less than 0 would be this way. Or b is greater than or equal to 5. Well, 5 is here. Greater than or equal to is a closed circle. And everything that is greater than 5, greater than or equal to 5, would be this way. So that's how you would graph problem number 24. Okay, the only problems left are on the next page, 25 and 26. I want you to go ahead and graph these inequalities. So go ahead and pause, finish those out, graph them, and then come back, press play, and we'll see how you did. All right, see you in a bit. All right, we are back. Let's go ahead and see how you did on 25 and 26. So let's graph them. Y is greater than or equal to 3. So 3 is here. Greater than or equal to is a closed circle. And everything, y is greater than 3. So greater than or equal to would be numbers greater would be this way. Or y is less than or equal to -1. So -1 is here. Less than or equal to means it's going to be a closed circle. And all the numbers less than -1 would be this way, to the left of -1. So that's how you graph number 25. If you got that one right, great job. Okay, on to 26. We have m is greater than -4 and less than -2. So first we're going to go to -4. This -4 is here. M is greater than. It does not include, so it's going to be an open circle. M is greater than -4, so the numbers that are greater than -4 would be this way. And the next part of the compound inequality states that m is less than -2. Well, this is -2. It's less than -2, which means it doesn't include. It's not equal to, so it's going to be an open circle. And then m is less than -2, so everything less than -2 would be this way. So that means m would be all of the solutions in between, but not including -4 and 2. So if you got number 26 right, good job. Yokuregimashita. You did a great job, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.